Hi, Lisa.
Oh, hello, Brent. How are you today?
I'm well. I'm reminded of the saying "all's fair" because we're talking about the fair today, right?
Yes, the Ohio State Fair. It is one of the oldest and largest fairs in the country.
Has it always been in Columbus?
No. In fact, the first year when the fair started in 1850, it was held in Cincinnati. This is a print illustrating that first fair in Cincinnati. The reason that Cincinnati was chosen in 1850 for the fair is because it was the state's largest city and it was very accessible by rail, because it was actually by train that the exhibitors would ship livestock and other things to the fair, and also that people would travel to the fair. But the thing about the fair is, because it was hard to travel from one part of the state to another, even though it was a state fair, a lot of the people that attended and exhibited at that first fair in Cincinnati were from southwestern Ohio. So because they wanted to offer other parts of the state that opportunity to host the fair, because it was a huge economic opportunity, they moved the fair around, and from year to year the fair would travel to a new city, and every city that wanted the fair would, campaign to get the fair, and you had so much money that you had to have available to support the fair. So it would travel from 1850 up until 1874. It was moving from place to place until it came here permanently.
And once it got here, it didn't stay planted in one place, right?
No. The first time that Columbus hosted the fair in 1851, it was in the Franklinton area. And then again in, I think it was 1855, we also put it in the Franklinton area. And then when we hosted the fair in 1864 and 1865 during the Civil War, it was in Schiller Park. So we have moved it around quite a bit. Also Franklin Park. Franklin Park hosted the fair for a number of years. 1874 to 1885, it was in Franklin Park. It finally came to its current location in 1886, and there's been some talk of moving it, but it has not moved. I doubt it's likely to move at this point. It's pretty established.
Yeah. So I'm looking here at Newark. Is this when the fair was in Newark one year?
Yes, this was in 1854. Part of the fairgrounds encompassed the Hopewell Earthworks in Newark. Yes, it's very interesting. But again, people were traveling there primarily by train. The railroads were big supporters because they would give people who were shipping livestock and other equipment to the fair, they could ship for free. They also reduced rates for people who were traveling to the fair. It was a little controversial having the fair in smaller places like Newark. Newark was a smaller city then, and they didn't have as much capacity as Cincinnati or Columbus or Cleveland to bring in all the visitors. There weren't not enough boarding houses and places for people to stay and so forth. So fairs in the smaller cities were not often as well attended because there just wasn't as much capacity for visitors.
These stereopticon pictures, these are Zanesville, is that correct?
These are Zanesville, yes. These are amazing because in the 1850s, outdoor photography could be very challenging. You had to have bright light, you needed everybody and everything in the picture to stand still. So in the 1850s, a lot of photography is still just portraits, but here we have some early examples of someone doing more documentary style photography at an event. The weather was not great that year. You know how we always wonder, what will the weather be like for the fair? Will it be too hot? Will it rain? Well, the fairs tended to be, in the 1850s, they usually scheduled them later in the fall, in September and October, and it had this tendency to rain during the fair, and this one was no exception. It was a bit rainy.
So this is 1856. What's this location?
This is in Cleveland, and Cleveland was another large city, so even if it rained in Cleveland, they still usually had good attendance when the fair was held in Cleveland because it was definitely one of the larger cities in the state.
You could take the canal up there, you just have to leave early, right?
Yes, traveling to the fair by canal was an option. The railroad was faster, but people did sometimes take the canal, especially in the Cleveland area. The canal probably would have been fairly viable. This one is from Dayton, and this is interesting because on one hand it's advertising the fair, but it's also advertising one of the great new devices that will be displayed at the fair in 1867, the Young's gasoline cook stove.
So people trying to sell you stuff. That's not changed much over the years, has it?
No, but this was also in 1850s and 1860s. This was really a huge opportunity for people to learn about these things. They weren't watching commercials on television or seeing ads on Facebook or listening to the radio. The fair really was a great opportunity to tell people about things like steam engines and gasoline cook stoves.
I wonder if they were frying strange things back then. You know, fried hardtack, that'd be your dessert at the fair that year.
Well, food was definitely part of it. Entertainment was definitely a part of it. In the early years, promotion of agriculture and advancement of agriculture was the primary thing, but certainly entertainment and food were a factor.
This is an impressive looking document of some kind. What is this, a certificate or a...
It is a diploma. This diploma was awarded by the Ohio State Board of Agriculture to E. Hopley for a crayon drawing that she entered in the Ohio State Fair. And in 1858, it was in Sandusky.
Well, that's...
So Sandusky was one of the smaller cities that actually was better able to manage the crowds of the fair, maybe because Sandusky is a touristy place on Lake Erie, or maybe they got blessed with good weather. But Sandusky was better able to manage the fair crowds than some of the other smaller cities like Newark and Zanesville.
Well, music's always a big thing at the fair. There's been choirs and bands at the fair, right? It looks like that's gone back quite a few years.
Yes, apparently in Ohio, I mean, if you've been to the Ohio State Fair, you've seen the All Ohio Fair Band. And I grew up in Ohio, I've lived here most of my life, and I guess I didn't realize that every state fair didn't have a big band marching around. Apparently every state fair does not have their own marching band, but Ohio does. Ours actually has a long history. It doesn't go back as far as 1850, but the All Ohio State Fair Boys Band started in 1925. You'll note I said boys.
Right.
For many years, it was only boys who were accepted to participate in the band. You'll see in this picture, it still says All Ohio State Fair Boys Band. This picture was taken in 1974, and then here, this one in 1975,
They've
they
taken
have a new
a
banner.
word off the banner there, haven't they?
They've taken a word off the banner, and it now just says All Ohio State Fair Band. Because in 1975, for the first year, the band was co-ed. I think it's cute because they're wearing the same uniforms, and really what gives it away is the banner. You don't necessarily notice right away that the band has gone co-ed. But yes, they went for 50 years as an all-boys organization.
I love these long horizontal photographs. These look from the 20s and 30s. These huge bands.
These are panoramic photographs. They are taken with a camera that turns 180 degrees. Sometimes it's possible for someone to be on this end, run behind the group, and show up on the other end of the picture as well. So yeah, you can see some changes in their uniforms over the years. Here they're wearing ties, here they're wearing bow ties and sailor hats. That was a look that they wore for a number of years. This photograph was taken in the grandstand. They used to do concerts in front of the grandstand. Another thing that they used to do is, for a long time, from 1925 until 1950, the boys at the fair lived in tents while they were there. So you can see here they are outside some of their tents in 1935. So they went from tents to living in an Ohio National Guard building, and now they stay at the Road Center.
Well, this is fascinating. What else do you have to show us that's associated with the fair?
Well, something that really illustrates in a very visual way how the fair has changed over time is posters. So I pulled a selection of fair posters for you for the cover the 1890s up till the late 1980s.
Great. Now, this poster is amazing, just the quality of the artwork and the print. It's, you know, it looks like somebody painted the whole thing.
It is really beautiful. This year, 1895, marked a huge leap forward in technology for the fair. It was a big landmark year because this was the first year that they had electricity at the fair. You see there's a shining light there in the center, and also down here in this portion, in this corner, it says electric light. The big thing about the fair is once it was electrified, it could extend later into the evening, and horse races were one of the biggest draws at the fair, and this allowed them to have, with electric lights, to have horse races at night. So this was a really, really exciting year for the fair. The next year that we have is 1918. This is at the height of the United States involvement in World War I. But the fair went on, and you will notice at the bottom it says, "Help Uncle Sam buy war saving stamps." So while they were still having the fair, everyone was still thinking about what was happening in World War I.
Yep.
And then this poster is another one with a lot of artistic quality. In 1928, the John Philip Sousa Band came to the Ohio State Fair.
The real thing.
So the fairgoers were actually treated to the John Philip Sousa Band playing Stars and Stripes Forever that year. And then we are getting maybe some fair posters that might look a little more familiar to some viewers. This is from 1956. And I mean, the fair was always, it was always something for the whole family. This is the farm animal Babyland at the Ohio State Fair. So I assume it was calves and little chicks and things like that. And the special guests were Roy Rogers, who was an Ohioan, and Dale Evans with Trigger too. Don't worry, Trigger was the horse. They had Trigger with him. So here are some posters from the 70s, and the roster of entertainment is starting to take top billing, as you can see. Bob Hope, who is another Ohioan, came to the fair a lot. He did a lot of performances at the fair over the years. And last but not least, we have one from the 1980s. This is interesting because in 1981, they made a decision to extend the fair, and from 1981 to 2003, the fair was 17 days long. And so this was, as you can see, 18 sensational days.
Wow.
This is one of the years when we had an extended fair.
These are terrific items, and it just reminds us how much we love the fair and how much great stuff is associated with the fair. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Brent.